In this video, we'll go over the main functions of the Manage tab so you can learn how to keep your QR campaigns organized. Once you've created some QR codes, the Manage tab is the first place you're going to go to organize and edit your codes. First off, when you go to the Manage tab, you'll see a list of your individual QR codes which are categorized by the number of scans, the folder they live in, and the date they were created. When you look at the number of scans, you'll notice that there are two numbers. The top one represents total scans for that QR code, and the bottom refers to how many unique scans it's received. To organize your codes in ascending or descending order, click on the heading of each column. This is a quick way to identify your top performing codes. If your TAGO account is part of a larger organization with multiple user sub-accounts, you'll have the option to select the account you want from the drop-down menu at the top of the screen. As you do this, the list of QR codes will refresh. Now there's two main reasons that you'll use the Manage tab. First, you'll organize your QR codes into folders, and second, you'll use the action buttons which will allow you to view, edit, or delete your codes. To organize your QR codes into different folders, select the radio box next to the code you'd like to move. Then choose the folder you'd like the code to move to. If you'd prefer to add a code to a new folder, click the plus box next to the folder's drop-down menu, type in a new name, and hit Add. Then repeat the previous step we just went over. The next thing to note are the action buttons on the right side of the screen. Here you can view statistics, edit previously created codes, and delete the ones you're not using anymore. When you click on the View button, you'll be sent to the tracking window where you'll see useful information such as the time, date, location, and device used for each instance that your code was scanned. The Edit button is another useful tool that takes you to a window where you can modify a previously created code by entering in new information. Here you can also make changes to your code's advanced settings. Once you're all done, you can resave the updated QR code image to your computer by clicking Download. Lastly, the Remove button allows you to delete your code, which will remove it from the list and add it to your recycle bin. If you ever need to retrieve it later, the TAGO recycle bin works much like the one you're used to on your computer. The Recycle Bin tab at the top right of the screen brings you to a list of all the QR codes you've ever deleted. From here, you can either restore or purge the codes from the bin. And that's all you need to know to manage your QR codes. Hopefully by now you have a good idea of how to stay organized in TAGO by using folders and editing your QR codes on the fly.